Every coin tells a story of the people, the place, and the moment it was made. And in the year 2000, one small coin tried to capture the pride of an entire state. This is the story of the Palmetto State Quarter, South Carolina's entry in the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 State Quarters program. But behind its elegant design lies a web of myths, mysterious errors, and stories of rare coins fetching thousands at auction. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating history of the 2000 South Carolina Quarter, separate fact from fiction, and reveal how much your coin could truly be worth. The year 2000 was an exciting time in American coinage. The 50 State Quarters program, launched just 1 year earlier, had captured the imagination of millions. For the first time, each U.S. state would be honored with its own special design on the back of the quarter, released in the order that states joined the Union. South Carolina was the 8th state, and so it became the 8th design released in this monumental series. The South Carolina Quarter officially entered circulation on May 22, 2000. Its release was met with enthusiasm from collectors and citizens alike, proud to see the symbols of their state shining in their hands. The reverse of the coin features a stunning arrangement, the outline of South Carolina in the center, the Carolina wren, the state bird, perched proudly, the yellow jessamine, the state flower, curling gracefully, and the iconic palmetto tree, symbol of South Carolina's courage and resilience. Above them, in bold letters, reads, "The Palmetto State." Each element wasn't chosen by chance. They're symbols of strength, endurance, and Southern pride. The design was created by Thomas D. Rogers, Sr., an engraver, for the U.S. Mint, who would go on to design several other state quarters. Like all quarters in the program, the South Carolina coin carries George Washington's portrait on the obverse, the familiar face sculpted by John Flanagan, first used in 1932. But the reverse, that's where the magic happens. In 2000, these quarters were minted at 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, 4 proof sets. The mintages were enormous. About 373 million from Philadelphia, 401 million from Denver, and under 1 million silver proof coins from San Francisco. In total, over 775 million coins were produced, one of the highest outputs of the entire program. With such huge numbers, you might think these coins are common, and you'd be right. But as we'll soon see, rarity isn't always about how many exist, it's about how perfect they are. The nickname, the Palmetto State, dates back centuries. During the American Revolutionary War, the palmetto logs used to build the fort at Sullivan's Island helped repel British cannon fire. The wood absorbed the impact and the defenders prevailed. That palmetto tree became a symbol of resilience, later immortalized on the state flag. And now, on the state's coin. It wasn't just a design choice. It was a story of a state that stood strong. No coin series has inspired more legends than the 50 State Quarters, and the South Carolina coin is no exception. Let's bust some of the biggest myths that surround this piece of change. Myth number 1. Some of these are worth thousands. It's true, a few exceptional examples have sold for big money. But those are not ordinary quarters. A 2000p South Carolina quarter, graded an astonishing MS69 by PCGS, sold for around $3,525 at auction. That coin was pristine, nearly flawless under magnification. But out of hundreds of millions minted, only a handful ever reach that level of perfection. For most, even uncirculated coins, the value is modest, maybe $1 to $20 depending on condition. Myth number 2. Every error makes it rare. Error coins are fascinating, but not all are valuable. Collectors sometimes confuse post-mint damage, like scratches or bends, with genuine mint errors. Authentic mint errors might include air die cracks, raised lines caused by fractures in the die, a clipped planchets, missing metal where the blank was cut improperly, air off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, air or double dies, where letters or features appear duplicated. Genuine errors verified by PCGS or NGC can fetch hundreds or even thousands, but random imperfections usually don't add value. Myth number 3. Silver versions are ultra-rare. There are silver versions, the 90% silver proofs struck in San Francisco. But they were made for collectors, not circulation, and about 965,000 were produced. Their value mainly depends on silver content and condition, usually $5 to $15 each, unless graded exceptionally high. Myth number 4, there's a secret mule version. Now this one does have a kernel of truth. In 2000, the US Mint accidentally struck a Sacagawea dollar obverse paired with a South Carolina quarter reverse, an astonishing minting error known as a mule coin. This was not supposed to happen, and it's one of the rarest modern US coins ever discovered, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But don't get your hopes up, only a few authentic examples are known, and they're all well documented. If your coin looks normal, it's almost certainly not the mule. Chapter 5. Varieties and errors that exist. Let's explore some of the genuine varieties and errors collectors actually look for. 1. Die cracks, small raised lines across the design. Minor ones might bring $10 to $25. 2. Die chips, little lumps of metal where the die was damaged. Some appear near the palmetto leaves. 3. Double die obverse, DDO. Letters like In God We Trust or United States showing doubling. If certified, values can jump to $50 to $200. 4. Clipped planchets, a crescent-shaped missing edge from miscut metal blanks. 5. Off-center strikes, a partial design, sometimes missing state outline. These can sell for $100 to $500 depending on severity. 6. Wrong planchet errors, extremely rare. A quarter struck on a foreign or dime-sized planchet. Each must be authenticated by a reputable grading company, PCGS, NGC, or ANAX, to confirm value. Chapter 6. What condition means, the power of grade. When it comes to coin value, condition is king. Grading runs from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. For modern coins like the 2000 South Carolina quarter, subtle differences in shine, strike, and microscopic marks can mean the difference between 25 cents and several $100s. Let's break it down. Grade description approximate value. Circulated worn, used $0.25 to $1. MS60 to MS64 uncirculated, minor marks $3 to $30. MS65 to MS67 high quality mint state $30 to $150. MS68 rare perfection $200 to $600. MS69 almost flawless $3,000 plus. Proof, silver. PIA 6970. Mirror finish collector strike $10 to $30. Only a few coins reach those top MS69 or PIA 70 levels. They're the elite of the elite. Let's look at some real-world examples of recent sales and auction highlights. A 2000p South Carolina quarter, MS69 PCGS, sold for $3,525. A 2000D MS68, realized around $500. Error coin lots, mixed varieties, die cracks, clips, have fetched $1,000 to $5,000 collectively. A silver-proof PIA 70 DCAM, around $40 to $70. A circulated examples, still just face value in everyday condition. Marketplaces like eBay show some sellers listing coins with dramatic descriptions. But always remember, a certified grade determines the true worth, not the hype. Even though most South Carolina quarters aren't worth a fortune, they remain special to collectors. Why? Because this series marked a turning point in US numismatics. Before the 50 state quarters, coin collecting was viewed as a niche hobby. After 1999, millions of Americans, kids, parents, and casual collectors began searching their pocket change for new designs. The program sparked a modern collecting revolution. It connected people to their states, their history, and to each other. The Palmetto State Quarter represents that golden era of excitement, when change itself told a story. If you've got a 2000 South Carolina quarter, here's what you should do. 1. Check the mint mark. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for proof. Proof coins were never released for circulation. 2. Examine the surfaces. Hold it under bright light. Look for luster, that fresh, minty shine. Or avoid touching the faces. Use the edges only. 3. Search for errors. A doubling in the letters. A cracks, clips, off-center strikes. 4. Weigh the coin. A standard quarters weigh 5.67 grams. A deviations might suggest wrong planchet errors. 5. Consider grading. Or if it looks pristine, consider submitting to PCGS or NGC. A graded slabs offer authentication and market credibility. The South Carolina Quarter was the first in the program to feature an outline map of the state. Or it's also the only 2000 dated state quarter to include multiple state symbols in one design. Some collectors call it the busy coin because of its dense layout. The palmetto itself mirrors the design on the South Carolina state flag, connecting past and present. The motto, the Palmetto State, was engraved in a font unique among all 50 state quarters. And here's a curious bit. The coin's release coincided with the turn of the millennium, making it a symbolic bridge between old America and the new century. I remember lining up at the bank in 2000, hoping to get the new South Carolina quarters. They disappeared fast. Everyone wanted one fresh from the roll. Collector number 2. For me, it's not about the money. The Palmetto Quarter has personality. It tells you who South Carolina is. Collector number 3. I did find one with a small die crack, not worth much, but it's still special because I found it myself. That's what makes these coins timeless. They're not just metal, they're memories, miniature monuments to American culture. So what's your 2000 Palmetto State Quarter really worth today? A circulated coins, face value, about 25 cents. Or uncirculated rolls, around $10 to $15 per roll of 40 coins. A high-grade single coins, MS-67 and above $100 to $600. A top-tier certified MS-69 coins, several thousand. A proof silver versions, $5 to $15. A rare, confirmed error coins, $200 to thousands. Remember, most are common, but a lucky few shine bright in the numismatic spotlight. When you hold a 2000 South Carolina quarter, you're holding more than 25 cents. You're holding a piece of American art, a symbol of a state's identity, and a chapter in a decade-long project that brought coin collecting back to life. The Palmetto State Quarter reminds us that even in an age of digital money, these small circles of metal can still tell grand stories of pride, resilience, and the places we call home. So the next time you find one in your change, take a closer look. You might not be holding a fortune, but you are holding history. If you enjoyed this journey through the myths and mysteries of the Palmetto State Quarter, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell. We've got plenty more coin stories coming your way. This has been Coins History Worldwide, where every coin has a story worth telling. Thanks for watching, and keep collecting.